Alan endorsed. This is Logan Stout at Perkins Motorplex in Mayfield, Kentucky. Caught a break in the rain on this winter day to walk around this 2020 Lexus GX 460. Could not be more pleased with it. There's a few things that I'll point out that led me to believe that the previous owner took extra care of it, which is always great for us to see. To give you an idea where I'm at, I'm on the bottom lot here at Perkins Motorplex in Mayfield. This is our headquarters. So we have a whole bunch of service centers like this. And if you were to go to the end of this dead end street that you see right here, all the way to the end, you would see our reconditioning facilities, our photo booth, multiple service centers, like I said, our wheel and tire shop as well is back there. And all of our vehicles that we sell here are pre-owned. They're all used. And so what I like to say is that means all of our vehicles get grace. We don't expect any of them to be perfect, but we have some, as you're going to see like this one, that are extremely nice. And there's just not a whole lot of things for me to point out as far as blemishes and imperfections go. But let's walk around this thing. We'll start with the wheels and tires. These are brand new, and the reason I'm not a pro at this, but the reason why I know they're brand new is you can see the factory lining on it. So some factory markings on those necks and tires. And anytime you have a big SUV like this, you have to check out the wheels. You want to make sure there's not curbing or scraping or anything like that. And you can see there's nothing to point of in the way of major scrapes, chunks. We call it curbing, where you'll see big scrapes on the wheels. Nothing to speak of on those. And this one's more of the same. So all four of them, great shape. And so we do have some moisture because it's been raining this morning, but let's look down the driver's side here. I'm not going to be able to catch every last ding and scratch that's on it, but I will be able to see the major blemishes, major dings, major imperfections, even with the rain on it. And there's just nothing to point out on this side. Right down the body line looks great. Across the hood, again, moisture on the car, so not going to be able to catch every last thing, but I would be able to tell from this angle if there's hail damage or anything significant. You can see how the water is beaded on it, which is a great sign. The paint's in good shape, and it's recently detailed, of course, by our guys here, so love that. This iconic Lexus grille that they've come up with for the GXs is in great shape. I'm not seeing a lot of rock pecks, bug damage. Logo looks good, headlights look good, fog lights, the DRLs, the daytime running lights, as you see lit up, everything is awesome across the front. So far so good. Looks like one little spot here. I knew I'd find one eventually if I looked hard enough. Not sure if the camera's picking that up or not, but right there on the bottom, a little scratch there. Let's go down this passenger side. That was one that I spotted earlier, so let's see if I can get this water off here. One little scratch there right on that fender area. Step out for size there so you can see how small that is. Nothing major significant on this side. So let's go to this, the back side of it here. Love the parking sensors all straight ahead. Of course, you got your towing hitch, trailer hookup if you need it. These things are extremely capable. And I mean, one of the longest lasting SUVs in the world. That's great for resale value as well. And everybody loves, so you got your back glass feature here. Great for groceries, quick in and out, whatever. But then we've got the gate opening, and I love that. So this right here twists, and you would lock it in place if you're on a slant and you're worried about it closing. In here you have your spare tire jack and tools and stuff like that in there, so that's great. And all right, so here's one of the things that tells you, you know, previous owner really took care of it. So you've got the accessories that were straight from the factory. I believe that's the front license plate bracket if you wanted to go that route. You got your first aid kit that comes from Lexus. You've got your original floor mats, and you have really nice floor mats, the Lexus rubber floor mats, as well as the original factory hitch insert there for you to do the ball for the towing capabilities, of course. Sidewalls of the big SUVs, we see, you know, luggage and strollers and all that stuff do little nicks and scratches. So you see a little one there, and on this side a pretty good one And that's really the main, if there's anything for me to point out on the vehicle, that would be it, I guess, which is me being really picky with the used vehicle, but that's a great sign. So love that. And so there is a third row here, but you can tell that the previous owner had no intentions of using the third row because of the floor mat they bought that connects back here. But just to show you quickly how that works, the third row, you'd obviously take this mat out, throw it in the garage or whatever. This handle just gives it a little hydraulic lift. You can pull it right up, and then the seat comes out. There's a little handle underneath that. You pull that, and that seat comes out. So I have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, two small boys, 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, I should say, two small boys. They could sit back on that third row, but not many people else. It is very much so a small third row, kind of like only in emergency situations would you want to stick somebody back there and leave them for an extended period of time on a longer drive, something like that. So there you go. Love the backside, love the cargo net. I mean, it's got all the accessories. You can keep them, chuck them, whatever, but it's always nice to have that option. Let's go to the middle row. I had a customer one time tell me this is his favorite color of any interior because it's the perfect mix between peanut butter and chocolate. And the more I look at it, the more I get it. It is not your light colored tan that stains really easy, but it's not super dark that's gonna get real hot. It is just this awesome color Lexus has come up with. And you can see it, your pop-up cup holders there. Very sleek, very nice, no smells. It doesn't smell like smoke, animal, anything like that. No stains in the headliner. Again, some of these used vehicles sell themselves. This is one that falls in that category. Your rear climate controls, rear heated seats. Love this little display back here, nice and simple. Charging ports back here. Seat backs are in great shape. The list goes on. And so this middle row, it slides. It's on sliders. So I love that. So this row slides up. It's a little harder because of it being the double side and a little bit heavier. So that one slides up that far. But this one, you can see how far it will actually go all the way up to the front, and that leaves a pathway for somebody to climb to the back if they want. And you can obviously pop the seat back down as well. So you got steps that lead you right to that third row if needed. A little handle for an assist. Slide that back. All right, let's go to the main part, if you will. You got the driver's seat, and oh, there's one other thing that I saw. So you can see even the protector for the kick plate is still on there. That is a previous owner that was just very particular about their vehicle for them to leave that in there. So love that. Okay, memory seats, door panel looks great. Driver's seat looks great. This is gonna be a little dirty here because it's wet and I was in it, but got your Lexus floor mat, heated seats, your lumbar support. And let's climb in here. As a previous owner of one of these, I miss it dearly, especially sitting in the driver's seat here. There's your mirror for looking at the rear occupants. Glove box, owner's manual, accessories in there. The trailer wiring hook up there, wiring harness. It's great. You've got the wood grain on the steering wheel, which tells you that it's the luxury version or the premium version, because that's going to give you heated and cooled seats as well as different rim options. And you can see it's got the sporty rims on it that we were looking at just a second ago. You got the pinstriping here on that compartment, charging ports. There's your four-wheel drive low if you wanted to go, or if you were in a spot where you needed it. In my time of owning one of these, owned it for 1.5 years, we used the four-wheel drive low one time and it was unnecessary. We didn't need it. We just wanted to lock it in, see what it did. These armrests are adjustable, and then of course the whole thing lifts up for the center console. So Lexus, if there's one knock on Lexus with these GX 460s, is that it didn't have the Apple CarPlay, but I love the simplicity of it. Your dual climate control does have a CD player, which is something a lot of people actually are asking for these days. It's like, hey, I've got CDs from long ago and I'm wanting to still be able to play them. So you got a CD player. Everything's nice and sleek up here. Everything's responsive. All your connections there. Of course, you got Bluetooth, auto dimming headlights, adaptive cruise there, and all your menu controls for that center display are right here on the steering wheel. So let me know what other questions you have. Pretty self-explanatory up here. I could not be more pleased with the shape that this one's in. And the mileage on it, that is so key. 37,529 miles. We'll look under the hood real quick, but that's so clutch, because it's not just the alternator and radiator and battery and stuff like that that our coverage would qualify this vehicle for, or the coverage that this vehicle qualifies for is more than just that. It covers touchscreen, backup camera, parking sensors, a lot of your like ECM, PCM, computer module stuff on these vehicles. This vehicle qualifies for that coverage as well. So our goal on all that is to show you, hey, here's what it looks like to buy this vehicle without any extra warranty coverage, and here's what it looks like to buy it with that total care that goes all the way out to 120,000 miles on it, that we've mentioned. There's no deductible on it, and it's a nationwide coverage. So we look through the engine bay here. I always joke with people, I don't know an alternator from a radiator, so I'm the last guy to go through here and tell you everything that I'm seeing, but I can use the windows that the engine bay gives me here and look for any signs of excessive rust, corrosion, anything like that. You can see just how clean this thing is. And there's no knocking, no ticking. This thing is set up to be a good one for a really, really long time. So again, we want to show you what it looks like to purchase it with and without the total care, the Perkins Motorplex total care coverage, and then let you make the decision from there. Love this vehicle. Let me know what I can do to help.